loves, welcome to a new pick a card reading. Today we're going to get you some deep clarity on if you are on your person's mind. Are you on their mind? And if so, what are they thinking? What are they feeling? What would they say to you from their deepest heart, their highest self? We're also going to take a look at their next steps. What would they like to do next in this connection? And we're also going to give you some guidance on timing. When may something shift? When may something happen in this connection, especially if you have been in some form of struggle or separation with little to no contact. So if you are new to this channel, welcome, a big welcome to all of the new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining the Live Tarot family. If you're already part of the fam, you know how much I love and appreciate you all. I cannot tell you how much you mean to me. Thank you so much for constantly supporting me, sending messages and emails of support, and also supporting each other in the comments. Make sure if you're a new subscriber, make sure to check out the comments because there's a lot of interesting conversations and a lot of love there being spread around, which is always a really good thing. So let's dive right in to your card choices today. So for group number 1, we have potential. Think big for your future. So if you'd like to take a moment to, meditate, close your eyes and see which of these you feel most guided to. You can pick 1, 2, 3, or you can pick them all and take the messages that resonate for you and your situation and leave the rest. So here we have our group 2. We have good fortune. Invite magic in. And if you would like to have specific guidance on your unique journey, you can also have a personal reading with me, or you can order the multitude of oracle decks that I have created for you to help you at home. All of the links to learn more are in the box below. Now our group number 3 is celebration. Let go and have fun. All right, so go ahead and make your selection and we will start with group number 1. All right, our beautiful group 1 that shows potential. We are going to start your reading off with getting you a powerful affirmation from Spirit. So Spirit, can you please give us your best affirmation for group 1 that is going to help them and support them on this journey? I am in charge of my feelings. Beautiful. I feel like this is a wonderful reminder from Spirit to you, group 1, that you are absolutely in charge of how you feel. It is a choice, right? Sometimes we feel, this has been a difficult journey. We might be feeling, a lot of pain or emotional distress with what may have been going on in this connection. But Spirit is here to tell you that you can make a better choice. You can choose to feel better. If you are right now struggling, you can absolutely choose to take better care of yourself and to feel better. So make sure you do that. All right, let's get into, are you on their mind? Let's start with your tarot. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the King. Wow, King of Swords. Interesting. And we have the Six of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. All right. So what I'm feeling here right off the bat, are you on your person's mind? Yes, absolutely. They are obsessively thinking about you at this time. And I feel like they feel that the two of you are very, very similar. Okay. One of the things that they really love about you is I feel like your person is the kind of person who would prefer to have somebody in their life and often and actually does fall more in love with somebody who is more similar to them than is different to them. You know, sometimes opposites attract. Sometimes you might have complementary energies where, you know, like there's a certain balance that comes from that complementary energy. Like, you know, you have A, B, and C, they have D, E, and F, and you kind of balance each other out. I feel like in your person, that is not the case. Like, I feel like one of the things that they think about a lot when it comes to you is how much they love that you guys are always on the same page, or usually on the same page. Like, you have a lot of similarity in the way that you think. And again, I feel like this was something that your person really wanted. I don't think that this is the kind of energy that really does well in that more like of that opposites attract kind of energy. I feel like they feel more comfortable, more like they can be themselves if they're with somebody who they feel has a lot of the same kind of mindsets, beliefs, and traits that they have. And that's not to say that you have to be like total twins in the sense that you have to agree on everything, you have to think the exact same way. I mean, that's not possible. But I do feel that they very much feel like you are their divine counterpart in the way that they would have wanted a divine counterpart. Like, you know, I feel like they haven't had a lot of luck in finding somebody who is as similar to them as they want, right? Like, I feel like your person in the past, like their relationships have ended because of differences, too many differences between them and the other person. And I feel like there's a little bit of sense of like an energy of exhaustion from that. Like, they're tired of trying to constantly explain themselves and their mindset or their way of being to, you know, past partners. I feel like they got to a point where they felt that it was better to end those relationships because they just weren't being understood. Like, there's something a little bit more maybe unique and out of the box thinking that your person has. And I feel like you have that too. I feel like both of you are the type of people who do very much think very uniquely and out of the box. You may not have like the same kind of mindsets, preferences, or opinions that like most of society has. You may have a sense of quirkiness, the two of you, but it's a very endearing sense of quirkiness. Like, you guys might be very quirky and different people, and when you finally found each other, you found each other and you were very excited to do so, you know? And I think it's because you felt like you haven't really been able to meet somebody else who has that same sense of understanding that you do. Okay, Spirit is sending me a very specific reference here. This is so interesting. I keep getting, like, if you ever watch the show Friends, okay, if you ever watch that show Friends, there was a time where, like, I think the character Phoebe says about Rachel and Ross. Okay, so if you know the show, you know who those characters are. And she says, oh, he's her lobster. Like, you know, like, and she has this whole thing about, like, you know, divine counterparts, right? Like, you know, he's her lobster. Like, he's the one who's her exact divine counterpart. And they belong together because they both have that same sense of quirkiness. They have that same sense of looking at the world in similar ways. And I feel like that is what Spirit is sending me about you and your person. You are each other's lobster. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. I love this. So this King of Swords, Queen of Swords energy is very much your person appreciating and loving the fact that you guys have a lot of that similar energy that they were very much looking for and wanted. Now, the only kind of downside to that is that you guys being, you know, divine counterparts in this King of Swords and Queen of Swords energy is that maybe what tends to be a bit of a bit of like kind of like a more friction point between the two of you is that maybe both of you are often in your heads too much. Okay, so I feel like your person, in terms of what they're thinking about you, is I feel like they are still coming to realize that while it is great to have this kind of similar mindset, similar way of thinking, you are very often in your heads. And you're very often kind of, what's that word? Like defaulting to mental processes. And that may not be helping your relationship to grow in the emotional level, right? In the emotional way that you want it to grow. So I feel like your person right now is very much considering, okay, how can we open up our hearts a little bit more? Because we kind of are on the same page when it comes to our heads, and we're doing great there. But I feel like there may be a deeper level of intimacy and closeness that the two of you can achieve if you were to spend a bit more time reciprocating your heart space energy, being more emotionally vulnerable with each other. And I feel like that is something that your person is looking forward to having with you. The thing that they're thinking about when it comes to you over and over again is they love this Six of Pentacles energy that you have. As in, this is a very, very solid partnership based on reciprocity of ideas, feelings, emotions, all those things. Like, they feel like you guys are very balanced in a really good way. They like the fact that you guys give and receive in a really good flow. And I feel like that give and receive, or like the reciprocity that comes from Six of Pentacles, they are seeing that as a flow of ideas. Like, like they love the fact that you guys flow ideas, flow thoughts back and forth. But I do believe that one of the things that they now desire to take this relationship to the next level is to open up the heart part of it. Oh, how beautiful is this? Oh my gosh, this is spirit confirming this. See, look at this. A lot of love energy coming through. See, voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you, along with I love you. These are very important words. Oh my gosh, I have to say, in all the time that I've been using this particular deck, guys, this is the first time this card has ever come out in a reading, and I've been using this deck for a very long time. So this tells me the fact that this card finally came out after like 1,000 readings, like, it's significant. That tells me that your person, in their thoughts of you, I mean, they truly, deeply, madly love you. Okay. Maybe they haven't been able to say I love you to you yet. Maybe because you guys have been in the Swords energy, maybe neither one of you have openly come out and said, I love you. But it may be the elephant in the room right now between the two of you. Both may be wanting to say I love you, but haven't been able to actually say it. And maybe that's that next level that your person is thinking about, that, hey, we have this great thing going. Like, there's this tremendous amount of magnetic attraction between us. Like, we are like so intimately attracted to each other, physically attracted to each other, intellectually and, thoughtfully attracted to one another. We need to step it up with now stepping into the heart part of this. Okay, this is a voyage of the heart, not just the voyage of two minds coming together, but definitely it is also the voyage of two hearts coming together. So maybe for you guys, it is now the time to address that elephant in the room and say, you know what, I love you, honey, and hear that in return. I love you too. We love each other. We're on the same page here. Six of Pentacles, beautiful reciprocity of love going on here. If you have been afraid, if either of you have been afraid to say those words out loud, I feel like Spirit is saying the time is now coming. And your person is definitely thinking about that. Like, they're thinking about how can they tell you that they truly love you. Like, again, because of a lot of the Swords energy, there may be some fears. There may be a lot of like playing out the scenario in their mind. Like, oh my gosh, should I say it? What if you don't say it in return? What if like there's some awkward silence? Like, there's just a lot of like hesitation and fear around expressing that I love you. And I feel like part of it comes from this. It's like, both of you, again, being in that King and Queen of Swords energy, you may have a little bit of that controlling energy. Like, you want to kind of control the situation. You want to know what the outcome will be. Like, you're too afraid to kind of make that leap of faith that if you do share your feelings, all will be well, all will fall into place. But I feel like you guys are going to have to come out of that desire to control the outcome or know what the outcome is going to be before it actually happens. You're going to have to rest into trusting and having faith in Spirit and each other. Okay, so let's get some specific messages and next actions. So while I am shuffling the deck, can you please go ahead and give this video a like? It means so much to me. It really helps our channel. It helps us to grow. It gives YouTube good messages about us. And if you haven't already, please do go ahead and just click on that subscribe button, because you have no idea. When you do, you are literally helping me, a single mom, put my sweet and wonderful boy through college. And it means the world to me and literally helps me in ways that you don't know. You know, so I thank you from the bottom of my heart for subscribing. Interesting. See, I long for you but can't express it. I'm trying to heal my childhood wound so I don't hurt you again. So again, see, this is why I feel like there's something here. You know, for some of you, there may have been some sort of friction that's happened, because like I said, when you have two people who are very much in that swords energy and they're coming from that as their kind of dominant personality, there can be some friction, because there's this longing, there's this love that may not be expressed, you know, that may not have been expressed in the way that it should be. I keep getting signs that remind me of you. I can't ignore them anymore. I need to reach out to you. Okay, so take these as they resonate. They are very specific. So if you've had some friction in this relationship and maybe it has resulted in some lack of communication at this time, maybe you've stepped back a little, given each other some space, this is the message for you. Like, your person is going to be reaching out to you. They don't want to stay silent anymore. It was like a dream come true when we met. I never wanted that passion to end. You rocked my world. Absolutely. I mean, I feel like that's exactly a confirmation of this love energy that is here. It's like time. Like, you know, you have a lot of passion. You have a lot of connection. You guys like are amazing together. Now is the time to take it to that next level. I feel like your person and you have really been processing this. It's so interesting. This journal card is very much about processing, which is probably what the two of you are very, very good at. You're good at processing ideas, processing thoughts. And I feel like that is now finally coming into, now is the time to actually talk, because your person doesn't want to settle for anything less than absolute love now. Okay, it's not just enough anymore to be great at, great at the conversations and great at the connection. They want to create something even more spectacular, even more precious and amazing. There's this look at this beautiful fertility here, which means that they want to grow this into an unbelievably beautiful love. They want to grow past where you guys have been so that you can come into this voyage of the heart. Beautiful. Love it, love it. 2 weeks, see? Beautiful. Beautiful. So in the next few weeks, I mean, you guys, you got this. You really got this. I love it. Let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of the oracle decks that I've created for you that I also used in this reading, all of the links are in the box below. Thank you guys. Love you all. See you all in the next one. My beautiful group 2 that chose good fortune. Here is your reading. We're going to start with a powerful affirmation from Spirit for you. So Spirit, give our beautiful group 2 a powerful affirmation that is going to support them on this journey. I welcome love with open arms. Beautiful. I welcome love with open arms. So I feel like for those of you who may have had, some issues of being vulnerable in a relationship. Sometimes we think we want love, we know we want love, but when it comes, we may have a hard time kind of opening up that heart, being more vulnerable, allowing the other person to see who we really are, and welcoming that energy to us with open arms. So if that's you, I feel like this is a wonderful reminder from Spirit telling you to make sure that you start opening up, right? Opening up and be more vulnerable than you're used to being, with this special person. But of course, do it from the point of view that they are also showing you the same, right? Equal investment on both sides here. All right, so let's see. Are you on your person's mind? The Emperor, the Three of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. Interesting. All right, so I am feeling that there has been some sort of a struggle here that has gone on between you and your person. And due to that, there may be some sort of an energy here of maybe this connection being a little bit stuck right now. You know, it doesn't have to be that it is stuck for any long period of time, but there may be some sort of a drawing back energy where you or them or both of you are right now kind of taking some space for yourself, taking a bit of a time out, needing to replenish yourselves, or, you know, kind of get yourself back into a better energy than where you may have been in the last, you know, few months or so. So in terms of you being on their mind, yes, absolutely. Four of Swords, definitely about introspecting your person, thinking about you, thinking deeply about this relationship, this connection, where it has been, where it's going. Now, what I find very interesting here is that I also feel that one of the things that your person is thinking when it comes to you is this idea of how can we be, and it's interesting that we got this as your affirmation, because to me this kind of reflects some of this, as in I feel like if you have had a hard time opening up your heart, opening up your true identity, or like who you really are with this person, I feel like they may be experiencing the same. And so I feel like one of the things that they are really considering and thinking when it comes to you at this time is that they want the two of you to transition from this kind of lone wolf energy into a pack, you know, like a pack of two, you know, because I feel like there's a very interesting energy here of the Emperor can be somebody who has a lot of great qualities, right? The great side of the Emperor is that they are, you know, born leaders. They can be quite decisive. You know, when they choose what it is that they want, when they find the path that is right for them, they're able to choose it, and they're able to go down that path with a lot of self-confidence, and it comes from self-knowledge. One of the beautiful aspects of the Emperor's energy is that the Emperor really knows who they are. Okay, so this doesn't have to be a male, female. It's an energy. It's like this energy of knowing who you are, knowing what you're made of, and having peace and confidence around it. So I feel like this is something both of you share, and that's what makes this relationship truly special. I feel like both of you have that capacity within you. Like, you are both decisive in terms of knowing who you are, knowing what you stand for, knowing what you want. I feel like that is like a process, but you definitely get from point A to B to C to D in a strong way. And I feel like that's something that your person really does appreciate about you. The fact that you know who you are, know what you want for the most part. I mean, we're all human. Sometimes what we want changes, and that's fine. But you tend to be very put together. You tend to be very clear on what your path is. And that's something that your person really appreciates about you, because this is something that's important to them as well. Now, the only thing I think that your person is also considering is that, you know, there's always pros and cons to everything. So I feel like part of what they're considering is that there is a little bit of a downside to that Emperor's energy, and that can be that you kind of always see yourself as this lone wolf, you know, as somebody who has always had to kind of hustle for themselves. You know, maybe both of you have come from backgrounds where you really had to pull yourselves up without a lot of support from other people. It doesn't mean that you had no support, but that you've always felt that, you know, everything that you have achieved or everywhere that you've gotten in life has been through your own guts. Like, you've had the guts to do it. You've had the motivation to do it. You went out and hustled. You went out and made things for yourself with not a ton of resources and not a ton of support. Right? But you do feel that, again, with the emperor also tends to feel that the burden is on their shoulders. Like they are called upon to lead. Even if it's not leading other people, they feel very called upon to lead and control their own lives in a way that is productive, that is going somewhere. And so this is where I feel like your person is right now is very much considering the fact that, yes, these are great qualities to have. But when you fall in love, and now you want to become a couple with somebody, when you're so used to being that lone wolf, or you're so used to having, everything dependent upon you and not really asking for help, not really seeking help, not because you don't want it or it's not important to you, it's just because you've kind of like conditioned yourself out of it. Like you're so not used to it anymore. And I find that this is very interesting because I can totally see that in myself. I feel like I've had to hustle for everything on my own for so long in my life that sometimes I don't even realize that, hey, I could ask for help and I don't. So this is something that even I have to remind myself, like, it's okay to ask for help from people you love, from people who are your friends, your family, your partner, your twin flame, your soulmate. It is okay to be vulnerable enough to say, you know what, I need help on this, and I'm going to seek your support, and I'm going to invite your support. I'm ready to work as a team, Three of Pentacles. So I encourage you, because I feel like this is something your person is thinking about as well, that, when you're so used to being self-sufficient, it's very hard to make the transition from self-sufficiency to being part of a team, but being part of a couple. And I can tell you, like, if you're going through that and you're feeling that, I hear you, because I have the same problem. I really do. I have a hard time doing that. And I feel like it's important to let people show you how much they love and care about you by helping you with certain things that you may need help with. And that's okay. So I feel like your person right now, Three of Pentacles, they love the fact that you are a very strong, self-sufficient person, and they are the same. But now I feel like they really do want to encourage you, or they want to push this connection to that next level where it's like, let's help each other. Let's now be a team. Let's not try to handle everything by ourselves, Let's try to build partnership in this connection so that it's not just the fact that we love each other, but it's also the fact that we love and care for each other enough to seek each other's support and help when we need it, to not try to handle problems on our own and by ourselves, right? Like it's almost like you don't need to anymore. You have each other. You need to take advantage of having that special person in your life now who can help you, right? So it's easy for us to stay in those kind of old patterns, right? So I feel like Spirit is also encouraging you that it's okay, that if you feel like, it's not something you can jump into right away, it's okay to go slow and take your time, take your time in coming into that sense of, I'm transitioning from, this emperor who just always has it going on by myself into this, I'm gonna work with you. If that takes you some time, if you feel any kind of anxiety in making that transition, because again, you're so not used to relying on other people, I feel like Spirit is saying there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to take your time. You both can do that. You don't have to rush or jump into that, but make sure that you do open yourself to the possibility. Okay. So this is also very interesting. I feel like part of this is like, you may feel like you have some tendency, and your person may also be feeling this as well, is that maybe part of the reason why both of you became these kind of lone wolves in your lives is because you had to intentionally do that, because if you don't, you may both be very loving individuals who will start pleasing other people too much, as in like you were afraid that you would get taken advantage of through because you are generous, because you are loving, you are kind, you want to give to people. But I feel like maybe there has been some sort of issues in both your pasts that kind of where you felt like when you did open yourself up to other people, you might have felt taken advantage of, or you might have felt like people asked too much of you, or like you had to constantly please other people, but you didn't feel that other people reciprocated what you were giving. So you kind of cut yourselves off, both of you, individually. Before you met, you kind of cut yourselves off and you said, okay, I'm tired of being taken advantage of. So you know what? I'm just going to handle my stuff on my own. I'm not going to expect anybody to help me. And at the same time, that means that other people can't take advantage of me as well. But again, I feel like Spirit is saying, it's now time for the two of you to come back into having more faith. That, if you guys open yourselves up to one another, if you open yourselves up to making that leap of faith, that it will be okay if you let people in and you let people help you, that it will actually bring you to the right place. And it will actually be very beneficial to you as a couple, as well as to you individually in your lives. See, receive with love and appreciation. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love. See? Again, I feel like this is why you guys have not been able to fully receive love, because this Emperor's energy keeps you very self-sufficient. And sometimes when you're very self-sufficient and you're not seeking that sense of camaraderie as much, then you're also not in the receptive mode for deep, deep love and deep, deep companionship and support from one another, as well as from other people in your life who love you. So let's get some specific messages from your person, as well as their next steps and some timing guidance. So as I'm shuffling these cards, I would really appreciate if you could go ahead and give this video a like. It helps more than you know. It really sends YouTube a great message, right? It really helps us to grow the channel. And if you haven't already, please do make sure to subscribe. I don't think you realize how much of an impact you can make just with that one subscription. When you do that, you are literally helping me, a single mom, put my sweet, sweet boy through college. You may not think that, but it is oh so true. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for subscribing. So, it's interesting. I feel like a lot of us, and I know we have a lot of amazing single parents in the Live Tarot family, and you guys know what I'm talking about here, right? When you're a single parent, you've gotten so used to being self-sufficient, right? You've had to be forced into that sometimes, like you don't want it. We didn't choose that. We would love to have that support, but we've become very used to being self-sufficient, very used to hustling, doing things on our own. And so when we do meet our soulmate, twin flame beloved, sometimes that transition is a little bit more difficult to make, allowing them in, letting them help us through challenging times and vice versa, right? You challenge me in ways that make me grow. Even though it's difficult, I know it's right. See, so I do feel that you guys are very much right now helping each other to grow. I'm focused on my career and finances right now because I don't want to struggle again. I'm afraid to share that. Okay, so take these messages as they resonate. Some of them are very specific. So I feel like your person with this Three of Pentacles, not surprising. This is also the card of, wanting to do well in your career and being very aware of, working in a team in your career, doing, building up your reputation, building up your credibility, and really focusing on, again, that Emperor's energy, getting that next raise, that next promotion, or building a business and really wanting that stability. And again, that's also all part of that self-sufficiency energy that has been running through this whole reading, right? I'm keeping secrets from you that I'm too ashamed to admit. I'm afraid to talk about these things. Okay, so for some of you, this may be something that is a definite fear that your person has, and maybe they just haven't been able to talk to you about that. Again, Emperor's energy can be stubborn. It can also have some pride, like, like, I don't want to share my weaknesses. What if you think I'm weak? I like to be the Emperor. I like to show that I am strong, that I don't need anybody's help. I can handle things on my own. But sometimes because of that, we keep our vulnerabilities a secret. We don't talk about our fears. So I feel like your person is very much right now with this Four of Swords. There is some sort of a solitude here. They're thinking very, very clearly about what they want to shift in this connection. They really do want to surrender this Emperor's energy. I feel very strongly that they want to come into this loving energy here with you, even if it's, one step at a time, which is fine. I feel like they really want to detach from their fears, detach from that sense of, again, like that heavy Emperor's energy, and come into the energy of love, because they really don't want to have any regrets when it comes to you. They want to grow with you. They want to open up that love. They don't want to live with any kind of regret that they didn't open up to you and really tell you how much they love and appreciate you and take that connection to the next level. Stop waiting, focus on what's working now. Okay, so this is beautiful. So keep working on this. I feel like both you and your partner are very aware of this, which is a really good thing. And just keep on working on opening up that teamwork energy. All right, so let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of the oracle decks that I have created here and have also used in this reading, all of the links are in the box below. Thank you so much, guys. Love you all. See you all in the next one. Group 3, who chose celebration, here is your reading. Let's get started here with a powerful affirmation from Spirit for our beautiful Group 3. Spirit, give our beautiful Group 3 a powerful affirmation to help them and support them on this journey. My life is abundant in love, success, and health. Beautiful. So I feel like this is a wonderful reminder from Spirit to really do focus on all of the things that bring the most beauty, joy, and happiness to your life. So it doesn't have to be just love, right? Love, success, like whatever you want in terms of abundance, your career, as well as health, because all three of those put together really help you to lead the richest, most vibrant life. So if you've been, I feel like there's an energy here of like, if you've been a little bit distracted by this connection, and if you've been struggling in this connection, maybe it's better to try to shift your focus into your business, your career, your abundance, and your health, and just let the other thing be for now, right? Like try to find a lot of happiness and peace in the other aspects of your life that are also very, very good, and that excite you to work on. So let's see, in terms of, are you on their mind? The Wheel of Fortune. The King of Wands. And the Star. Beautiful. So yes, are you on their mind? Is your person thinking about you? Yes, absolutely. And you know what I love about this? These are such beautiful, such positive energies coming through here. The Star to me is just such a lovely, lovely energy that really embodies our fullest potential, Deep amount of hope and inspiration comes from the Star. And one of the great things about it is that oftentimes, they say it is the darkest before dawn. And same thing with the Star. When do stars shine their brightest? In the darkest night sky. So what I'm feeling from your person is they have this very deep sense of appreciation for this love and this connection that they share with you, no matter what the challenges have been. And I feel like there have been challenges here. And your person right now, in terms of what they're thinking about, is they're really trying to focus on the positive. because they know that some of the challenges or obstacles the two of you have faced have been really, really big. For some of you, they've been painful. They've been, really making you feel a little more pessimistic than you normally would feel, right? They've been a little bit discouraging. So I feel like your person right now, they really want to get out of that energy themselves, and they want to take you with them. As in, if you've both been feeling a little bit discouraged or let down by certain things that have been challenges in your relationship, I feel like your person wants both of you together to get out of that energy. They want to figure out a way that you guys could find hope and inspiration to continue forward and tackle the challenges and not be bogged down by the discouragement. I feel like with this King of Wands energy coming through right here in the middle position, tells me that your person is very inspired and motivated to take passionate action towards making sure that this relationship, this connection is back on track, because there is a little bit of energy of this relationship being a little bit, might have gotten off track due to these obstacles or these issues that you've had. But look at that amazing lion standing behind this King of Wands. I think that this is a beautiful energy showing that your person is not going to back down. Not back down against you, but they're not going to back down to whatever problems that might be coming from outside sources. Now, for some of you, there may be some sort of a third party situation, and it doesn't have to be a romantic third party. As I always say, third party is any person or situation. It could be a parent, a sibling, a difficult boss, a difficult job, any kind of situation that is putting pressure on this relationship, and that is, again, making you to feel a little bit like, why isn't this working out? Why are we experiencing these things? Feeling a little bit like low energy, wanting to feel strong and vibrant again. And that's why I love the fact that we do have that lion there, because that tells me that your person is thinking, okay, we cannot let all of these struggles get us down. We have so far, and yeah, we're not feeling too great right now, but you know what? We need to bounce back. That lion is like the lion heart that we need to have. We need to approach this from the energy of fearlessness. We got to get back our power position. We got to feel like we are the lions in this, right? Like, as in, like, we are fearless, we are strong, we can combat anything, we can conquer anything. King of Wands is an amazing energy to step into, to overcome difficult situations, struggles, or problems. And that's why I love the fact that your person is definitely wanting to step into this energy for the both of you, to get you guys out of this more exhausting energy that you've been in. And what your person is truly wanting is for this Wheel of Fortune to turn. They feel and they think that whatever you guys have been going through is a temporary situation. And even if it doesn't feel like it's temporary, they feel responsible to make sure that it is temporary, that like this is not going to last forever, whatever this is. They want to move this connection to that next level in the Wheel of Fortune. They want to be able to see your struggles together as a negative phase, but a phase that is on its way out. Because literally the Wheel of Fortune is the best luck card in tarot to get. It says that your fortunes are now changing, right? So any kind of negative cycle that you may have been going through is finally coming to an end, especially in the mind and heart of your person. Like, they are not going to let this current cycle affect your future. That is what they're thinking. Why? Because they see you as a superstar. I feel like you and their love for you is a great inspiration in their life. And they also are seeing it through the eyes of Source, in the sense that they're trying to spin this situation in a way where both of you can be winners in it, right? Like, they don't want to get limited and bogged down by negative thoughts anymore, because I feel like you guys may have been kind of getting put down by negative thoughts or like fears, like, oh, what's going to happen? What if this doesn't work out? What if, you know, the situation or the obstacles can't be changed or solved, right? That there's a sense of like, we feel defeated. And I feel like with the stars energy, your person is not willing to be defeated anymore. They want to fight for this. They want to fight for this love. They want to fight for this connection. And they are starting to see that, yes, oftentimes it is that dark night of the soul that is kind of like a rite of passage, but within that star's energy, which is you and your love for them and their love for you, is what will shine the brightest and what will prevail upon the darkness. And so it's a really beautiful energy of hope and inspiration, and of not wanting to let anything get the two of you down. Wow. Oh my gosh. See, look at these. These to me are a beautiful confirmation. See, overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. Look at this. We have the sword in the stone. Oh, I love that. I love that there's a King Arthur reference here in this deck on this card. I think it is so lovely because it's such a powerful metaphor, right? For the idea that, you know, who was able to remove that sword from the stone, right? In the King Arthur legend, it was Arthur. Nobody else was able to do that. And why? It was because of his connection to source, connection to himself, his ability to believe in himself, and his ability to know that it can be done and that it is natural. It is a natural part of who he is. And this is why I feel like your person is looking for that same strength. That, you know what, whatever is your sword in the stone in this relationship, it doesn't have to permanently be there. That the two of you together, through that star's energy, through that Wheel of Fortune, have the ability, have the strength to pull that sword out from that stone. I love it. I love it. And part of it is going to be, if you feel that there's anything within this relationship, within this connection, where you guys may have some stubborn energy, where maybe like somebody is being stubborn here, like holding on to old beliefs, holding on to negative beliefs, maybe are not being as flexible as they could be to find the solution to whatever are the obstacles. I feel like that's another thing that your person is deeply considering right now, is that, hey, what is there some place in this whole situation that we are being too stubborn, that we're too fixated upon a particular outcome, that we're not flexible to work out what might be a more creative solution. So I feel like your person is very much looking for the path. Isn't that interesting? Look at this. We got this path card. They are looking for the path towards this union being very, very successful and not being bogged down by problems and obstacles. They're looking to climb into, I love this ladder that climbs into this portal, where this portal is a place that just feels very, very peaceful. Like, you know, no more chaos, no more struggling, no more striving. Now we are reaching a place where we have let go of resistance, let go of our stubbornness, and are achieving a sense of peace and a path towards this union that we both want, you know, and to make it into a beautiful one. See, listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you, but need to listen with a loving heart. So this to me goes hand in hand with stubbornness. So you may want to think about, what conversations have you both had that may have, where you feel like maybe you're resistant, maybe you're not listening to one another, maybe you're not listening to each other at a very deep level to see what can be done, what needs to be done, right? Is there something that you're holding on to? Are there old viewpoints or old ways of thinking that you are holding on to that are not allowing for a creative solution to emerge? Okay, so let's take a look at specific messages, next actions, and some timing. So as I shuffle these, I really would love it if you could go ahead and click that thumbs up sign, give this video a like. Really, really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe at this time. You have no idea how much it means to me and how important it actually is. It's simple, it's free, It's quick, it's easy, and when you do, you are helping me, a single mom, put her sweet, wonderful boy through college. I kid you not. You may not see it that way, but oh, I cannot tell you how much it helps. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for subscribing. All right, let's take a look at next steps here. Beautiful. Aw, wow. I'm living the consequences of my bad choices. I lost you and now I'm desperate to get you back. Okay, so take these as they resonate for your situation. They are very specific. So for some of you, there may have been a struggle or a separation, and this is what your person is thinking about at this time. Maybe there's been something that has gone on here because of the obstacles or third-party situations that have led to a separation at this time. Maybe your person made some bad choices within that, and that is why they're also seeking this inspiration, the strength, and they're seeking to change that phase. Okay, so they are desperate to get you back if you are in some form of separation. I've never met someone like you. You're special. Please have patience with me because I'm still learning. Absolutely, and that's fine. Again, this learning process is turning into a learning curve because of whatever obstacles you guys may be dealing with right now. I'm settling for the life I thought I wanted, but it's empty without you. I still fantasize about you. So I feel like this is specifically for people who are in that third party situation. And again, doesn't have to be romantic, but it may just be that your person is kind of like you guys may have gone into separation because they couldn't deal with that third party issue, and so they decided to give up, to settle for something less, but they're feeling that it's very empty now. They want to be with you, and look at this, they want a fresh start. So that Wheel of Fortune is very much the same energy here, that there is a beautiful fresh start coming. Your person feels that your relationship, your connection is blessed, is meant to be. And I feel like that and look at this, we are getting images here, this even in this one, of look at this, we're getting specific images of the sky. Have you noticed this? The sky here, the sky here, and the sky here. So this tells me that Spirit is saying the universe has your back. The universe is supporting the two of you. This union is blessed. So if there has been obstacles, challenges, separation, your person wants to ask for your forgiveness. They want mutual forgiveness of the past. They want a new beginning with that Wheel of Fortune, and they want that fresh start. And that is where this whole connection is going, should you decide that that is what you want as well. 3 weeks, see? Quick resolution. So beautiful. Let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of the oracle decks that I have created for you and used in this reading, all of the links are in the box below. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you all on the next one.